Hello, everyone, and welcome back to ZSR2. For those just joining us, we are heading into Game 2 here in the doubleheader of the Best of 3 series in the Zelda 2 Randomizer Standard Tournament 2023. We've got brackets round 2 between Ellendar and CS Tutor. We just wrapped up Game 1, where Tutor took the first match in about an hour and a half. Now we're heading into Game 2. So now we're going to see how this goes. I'm Star. Miranda is joining me on comms again. Happy Halloween, all. And this could be a fun one.
Yeah, what a crazy match one we had. I'm exhausted just from watching it. I can't imagine how the runners feel, and they're about to run a second one here. Ellendar hoping to take this one, though, to force a game 3. Otherwise, Tutor's moving on to round 3 if he takes the win in this game 2.
Absolutely, and I have to laugh at this at those file names there for Ellendar. Not Hundo, please. For those who missed it, we saw everything last in game 1. Absolutely every item check in the game was done. I think every single one.
Yeah, the only thing
hoping for something a little bit different than that.
Yeah, I think Ellendar saw everything and Tutor saw it all except for water tile. So it's just a small, he's just missing that last heart off the water tile. But yeah, it was very, very, very exhausting seed.
That's for sure. Yeah.
And the funny thing is that the answers were very easily found, but the meta play is to skip those palaces, and they skipped them, both of them, and they both did exactly the same thing beyond that when the answer was fairly close to start. But we'll see what this one deals our players.
Oh, absolutely. We didn't have quite Double Island late votes found in our last scene. We did have very late votes. Normally wouldn't spoil what happened in the race that just ended, but in this case it was second to doubleheader. Oh, lovely. This looks like a fun start. Backside of Saria, right? By start. We're starting in what looks like the far southwest corner of a vanilla-like map, maybe here?
I'm going to say we're in the northwest corner.
Might be, actually. And that was Life in Saria. My notes apparently aren't terrible. Pillar Feedback Cave pretty close to start.
Yeah, maybe, who knows? We didn't see if there was a block down here. If it's a block, if we can't go any further, then of course this will be the boots right out of the gate, but we'll see.
Doesn't look like we've got a river canyon, at least. I do believe this is vanilla-like, given how much water there is, and it's a bit too wide for a canyon.
Yeah.
So, with early Bagu on the back, with the early Saria seeing the backside, this looks like one of those vanilla-like maps where we've got like a big body of water separating two quadrants in the same side of the map. And that looks like what we might have to do again, is go find the way across Saria to get to the other side of... Whether we're in the north or south, let's get a magic jar here.
Yeah, Ellendar taking 2 deaths in this cave. Tutor took 1. He gets the item first. Ellendar will be seeing that shortly here. But they're both going to be walking around with 1. Oh, sorry, 1, 1, 3, 4. Oh, that's right. Tutor skipped one of those life levels, I think.
Yeah. Ellendar's just going to up A out. This here's Rauru, which is Fairy. Not surprised. I was going to say we either have to find Fairy or Bagu's Woods here. Otherwise, I think we're locked out of this bit.
Yeah, if there's no cave here that was just out of sight of Rauru when we walked in on Tutor's side, if there's no cave going south, then it looks like we're definitely going to be taking Fairy across Saria, and who knows, maybe we'll have like 4 magic levels to grind early on. That would be exciting. This
is the southern coast, not the northern. That looks like the hard southwestern corner of the map for here by Rauru.
Yeah.
Yeah, Maze Island boots. Well, hey, they know where the boots are today. This time. Great.
They were in the maze last time, to be fair.
In the Maze Island Palace, yeah. The question is, where is the base? Is now the question, because they would like the boots, given that apparently we're supposed to go through Saria immediately. I did not see how much Fairy cost for Tutor, but we're gonna get a look for Ellendar, because I think we need to cast Fairy immediately to get out of this seed. I don't think there's anything else here, to be honest with you. And Fairy is 109! Alright everyone, we're grinding!
Yep, here we go.
Let's see how much it takes to get Fairy to be castable on 5 bar to 80 or less, because unless this cave, which seems like Tutor might have missed.
What a wild... Okay.
No, it's Trophy Cave.
Well, it's not the boots, so...
It's not the boots. We are grinding. This will not save them from the grind, but a magic jar would actually be quite nice here.
Yeah, either magic jar or a nice 500-point P bag to kickstart that grind.
Would be tremendously helpful, because otherwise, Seed's got jokes.
Yeah, we've only seen one 100-point P bag so far. Okay.
Oh, okay, it'll be nice for later. We just can't do anything with it.
Yeah, and if Tutor doesn't get that, like if he doesn't get that soonish, he'll be missing out on potentially some easy palace logic.
Yeah. I assume he might have just missed that there's actually a way over there and just kind of assumed it was boots locked or something, or that there was nothing there, because that's a really funny looking lake there next to that cave.
Yeah, it is.
Alright, so what's our best grind becomes the next question here out of everything we've got. Well, if the Octoroks ain't it, 5 each is not worth it.
Yeah, we know that the 100-point P bags are coming from small enemies, so I'd probably just be focusing on small enemies if I could.
Yeah, I probably would do the same here. Gonna see if these large enemies give us anything. 50 isn't the worst, I guess. And there's a blue jar, which doesn't help.
Yeah, the problem is that the blue moblin's probably going to do a good bit of damage to us, and he takes like 8 hits to kill.
Yeah. You look at the fairy refill. We haven't seen a menu. I haven't managed to catch a menu from Tutor since he hit Magic 2, but I'm assuming it's not castable as he can use it.
Of course, nothing in the desert encounters there.
Both runners also making absolutely sure that these 2 patches of woods do not have Bagu in them.
Yeah.
Also a good idea. And chat confirms it's still 109 fairy. Fantastic. Not surprised.
Ellendar looks like he's just going to reset this cave again and again because it's got 2 small enemies right there. There's a kind of a controlled environment here. I mean, you could do that on this encounter. So on Tutor's encounter, there's going to be another small drop. What is that? Is that another 100 bag, or is that... No, that's another 100. $89 at Magic 3.
Okay, that's closer, but we still need it to be AD or cheaper.
You always wonder if the person who is currently writing the code, if he sees seeds like this and he's like, you know what, maybe I make an adjustment to the way that the randomizer thinks about this type of logic. But anyway, the counter that Tutor's on, he could also just simply walk to the right and then walk back to the left and keep resetting these little guys. Yeah. Another 100 bag there. They seem to be coming fairly quickly, but they're only hundreds. Which is better than 50s, and better than a very drawn-out drop pool, so...
Yeah.
We need 850 for Magic 4. Not even guaranteed to be castable at that point, but we're hoping so.
No, it isn't. Yeah, they're both really hoping it now stuck here for too long, because this is not exactly exciting, as Ellendar not getting those P bags here in these last few small enemies. Still no? Jeez, game is not saying it's saying no to that.
I was going to say, based on that previous seed they just came off of, and then this is the start of this one, thoughts and prayers to our runners.
They are probably not happy with the randomizer program. There's a P bag for Ellendar, who's 1 point short, though.
Yeah, I think Tutor's got the better grind here because he's got the large enemy in there as well, and he's staying alive. He's not taking damage. He's able to kill these guys pretty easily. Or I say that too soon. He might catch it. He might catch that spear from the back guy. Wow, he's right there.
Ellendar's gonna switch it up on his grind. Tutor has the lead right now on terms of the level grind, but hasn't checked Trophy Cave, which we know doesn't presently matter, but
I was going to say, this is where early game combat really comes into play. The faster you can kill, the faster you get experience, and the faster those bags are going to drop. It seems very elementary, when you just talk about it, but here in this situation, first person to get that Castle of Fairies can be out the gate. Not that far ahead of the other runner, but, I mean, if you've got a few minute lead to some good answers, you might be able to just capitalize on that throughout the entire race.
Yeah.
Yeah, this seems like it's it. A double Moblin and, well, there's a graveyard encounter, too, that they're opting not to go with there. Must have been a lot of stuff in there that they just don't want to deal with. Oh, there's 1-ups in the large enemy drop pool there.
Yeah.
So these bags, taking a little bit to get here.
Yeah, they are dropping, just not very often. Small keys in the drop hole too, so Tutor has picked up a few keys already, as chat's noted.
Yeah, there seems to be those 100-point drops. 100-point bags seem to be kind of together in the drop pool, and then we get kind of a string of nothing, like Blue Jar and keys in there as well.
Yeah. Well, they're having to get a 1-up from not sure where as well. There's another P bag for him.
Yeah, large enemy drop pool's got the 1-ups here.
Thank you. Which at least helps them keep the grind going. 374 to 568 right now for their current experience. Tutor got about a 200-point EXP lead right now.
And you always have to consider that anytime they up an A without the boots, they're going to have to come across 3 screens of Saria every single time to get out of this starting area. And the maze doesn't have to be nearby.
No. Oh, another P back, so that's... Well, yeah, still a 200-point differential approximately. There's enough for Tutor. He is down to his last life. That's not good. He's only he's 223 off, but if he can't get 2 more P bags, he's gonna be he's gonna have to restart the grind all over.
Oh, there's a Dyra over here. Okay, but it's a little dangerous, right? We've got a Gorilla by this Dyra. Also, Red Moblin. I don't know how much they're worth. I think they could be up to 50. Oh, it's only 10 though. Oh, he doesn't want any piece of the Dyra or the Gorilla. Okay, he's going to check these graveyard tiles. That's good. Yeah, look around. When you're looking for grinds, you got to look around to see what's the best grind. But
yeah, this doesn't look appealing though.
Yeah, the problem is now when you're kind of this far in, if you find yourself in kind of a crappy encounter, like let's say he spawns into an encounter, he's surrounded by red Dyras.
Finally, 42 fairy at magic form. We're good.
Ellendar back.
Sorry for that.
All right, let's see what the rest of the West has for us.
Yeah. Ellendar still needs another 341. We'll see how long it takes him to get those remaining 3 P bags. As chat notes, Ellendar did take life free, which is really why he's 300 points behind on getting this Magic 4, which it might help with survivability, but we'll have to see.
Yeah. At least he's got 2 lives left.
Yep. Tutor has found Raru. Hotkeyed something by accident for save states. 60 life. Well, oh no, that was fairy, right? Life is in Saria. Whoops, brain fart.
I don't think we checked the bot for a hint here. The bot in Saria having some inconsistency to its behavior in this version of the randomizer, sometimes giving a hint, an item hint instead of a Bagu hint.
Southeastern side of the map has Rudo with the shield spell net, which we will not be kicking today. Helmet head guards the candle. Alright, we're not doing that. Definitely if we find it on the way to Helmet Head, maybe, but otherwise, no.
Ellendar close to his last life here. He just needs one more of those 100-point bags, though.
One of these guys give it to him here, or not. I don't know where he is in the drop pool.
Got a 1-up. Okay.
Well, that works. It's not a P bag, but it keeps him going. And GP is in the southeast. That's not... No, it's a well-paid point, I guess, but that's about it.
So one thing that I'd probably be doing on this grind is that we've got that fairy tile, right? We saw the fairy in the forest, and we can walk into Saria and reset the fairy in the forest every time so that we don't have to go through these encounters with a sliver of health. We can just simply refill out in the field.
Alright, downstep for tutor incoming, and Ellendar might actually not need the last P-bag. He got 50 XP off one of the moblins a second on the last round with this encounter, and just getting close to that. 850 now. Gonna be about 5 minutes-ish behind Tutor getting to Magic 4 here. Oh, 4 minutes. I think it was like 11 minutes and change getting to his Magic 4.
I'm sorry, what do we have in Mito here today?
That was jump.
Okay.
One of these large big guys should do it. Yep. And there we go. 15 minutes in, Ellendar has got Magic 4. Has he find P2 for Tutor here in the I know, northeast side of the map? I'm not quite sure. No, still southeast. Not gonna bother with that at the moment. Is there anything down here? Nope, that's a load of nothing.
Yeah, 15 minutes to get out of the little starting area sure doesn't feel good, but at least he's got that magic key, and he just assumes Tutor's got that as well, but currently Tutor does not have that.
No.
Taking Parappa Cave here for Tutor, see where it spits us out. Up north, alright.
A little bit of a time save over taking the mountain pass, I guess. Got another cave here, which should be...
Oh.
Well, I was gonna say either an item or a pass, or a connector cave, and that's a connector to, it looks like the east. Not gonna go check that just yet, just gonna keep going north.
Yeah, and we are still very susceptible to taking a game over out here. We've got attack 1 and life 2, and so, you know, damage is going to be plentiful. We're going to be eating the damage very much so until we start taking some life levels.
Yeah. Oh, I missed it earlier, but there's a hammer block cave over here, to the west of GP that Ellendar just saw.
Was it north-south?
Facing north, no clue. We haven't seen... It's like... It's kind of in the middle of the map, basically, so I don't think we haven't seen the other side of that at all. If there is one, hammer for Tutor. So if he, I don't know that he physically saw that particular hammer block cave, but that would be accessible to him now, whatever it is.
Yeah, could be a pass through with his vanilla like, but it could be an item.
Kind of up here towards the northeast corner now, I believe. Yeah.
Alright, grabbing downstab for the mage. Third palace on the west.
It is P3 or 6. We're not touching that right now. Most runners might have a bit of PTSD after the last seed 6, as we get not a hint for Tutor. We're still missing, what? Stonehenge and a couple item caves, as well as there's a bridge here in the northwest corner. To find the medicine. And that's a bridge to DM.
Outstanding. Is it a boulder block cave? I mean, no, boots block cave right there. Yeah.
That is a boots block cave, and I'm pretty sure that's an item cave hiding by the bridge.
There's a raft right there as well. Oh my god. The West has all the connectors on it today.
Yes, it does.
Ellendar's going to dig the 2 here. Okay.
Well, he's here, I guess.
Yeah, I'll be honest. Attack 1 palace is just not exciting. The enemies take so many hits at attack 1 in a palace.
Mm-hmm. And a pair of caves here for Tutor. That's the backside of Fairy Cave. We're not doing that. And this cave here is... Looks like life. So the life spell restores. Roll to the max, 4 bars of health there. Because Tutor cast earlier on, he was on like half a bar of health, and it refilled all the way.
Yeah, we're getting a look at these orange diaries now. Only worth 50, so probably weren't worth it to grind off of there in the early section where we were trying to get Magic 4.
No, probably not. Ellendar's going to start heading north as there's a flute for Tutor. $500 P bag. Where were those earlier?
Wow, maybe the blue moblins, maybe I'm mistaken. I thought the blue moblins were part of the large enemy drop pool. I guess I'm wrong on that. Because the Dyras definitely are, and they dropped at 500 there, whereas the blue moblin was part of the small enemy drop pool that we were seeing. So, okay. Yeah, so Dyras, I guess, would have been technically worth it had you been able to fight them properly. But that would have been kind of rough. Who knows how fast those 500 P bags were coming.
Yeah, they were really struggling on the 100 P bags, so I don't know if the 500s would have been, but they might have dropped more frequently, but also attack 1 Dyras are not fun, and they did not want to take attack levels, because that's XP you're not putting to, magic levels.
Exactly.
During that early 15-minute grind for Magic 4.
Alright, so what are we missing? We're missing, Tutor's missing Trophy Cave, but we know where that is. We're missing Grass, and we're missing Magic Container Cave, I believe?
I believe so, and Magic Container Cave should be the one that's boots locked by the bridge.
Yeah, okay. So Grass still just hanging out there somewhere.
I might be wrong on Grass style, because I can't tell if I'm having Seed Bleed from the earlier seed or if we just haven't seen it yet, I'll be honest, is the other problem.
I don't think we've seen it yet. I think it's going to be southwest from this P3, P6, because Tutor went north side first, and we didn't go southwest from here.
Yeah, it's probably just out in the middle somewhere here on the northern side of the map, because it's pretty open-ended, as maps do tend to be somewhat. Tutor going to try and see if this Iron Knuckle will give him much of anything. 50 is not stellar.
Yeah, he wants 200 more for that Tech 4 at 900.
This is... yeah, that's for Ellendar. Okay, go switch to Tutor's audio for a bit, I think. Apologies, this is deafening. Is that the pretty early Rebo?
Yeah, P3, and we're going to try it, okay. He's not necessarily locked into the fight, right, even if he takes a death and is unable to do it. He just picked up a 1-up as well from the small enemy before this room. But attack 3,
is not doing much, it looks like.
Yeah, if Ellendar doesn't choose to dig into 3 here, he's going to be able to close a little bit of the gap that he had getting out of that starting prison. Starting jail, whatever you want to call it.
He's going to find this pair of item keys, so just going to get him his flute. Let's front click, there we go. And that's a death for Tutor. Not entirely surprised. This attack 3 is not doing anything to Reaper right now.
Okay, we're going back in, but we have a castable life now, and it's very good, right? So it looks like it's a little less than 2 bars to get hit by Rebo, at least a horse. If he gets it in the corner and he can stick it here, he can take absolutely 0 damage on this fight. So it looks like he's probably en route to do that.
Let's get the jackhammer off and... There we go. Very nice. There's a 500 point payback for Ellendar. Is going to take attack 3.
Oh, it's 1070 for attack 4.
It is. 1-up soft bosses, okay, which doesn't matter much since we have the... Well, Ellendar is the any key, Tutor's got a bazillion small keys from drop pool.
Yeah, we are gonna come back and dig for the item here. Okay.
This
I
he's here.
approve.
Yeah. It tends to be a smaller palace as well.
Yeah, and with a hint for the candle in 2, you know there's nothing in there, and at the end of the day, you can just do 2 right before GP because they're they're very close to each other.
Yeah.
I don't think Ellendar saw the cave to the east though, so he's gonna be he might be digging in DM as a result.
Yeah, Ellendar did not see the cave to the east, which is kind of stuck in a bit of a wacky spot in the southeast part of the west there.
He's going through Fairy Cave, though. This will be a first. I don't know if this is going to lead us to anywhere except the southwest section of P3's area.
Yeah, it might find us that grass tile, I guess, but I don't think it's going to get us too much importance, and Tutor's out of 3, speaking of.
Yep, glove-blocked item in 3.
Oh, and yeah, that's a grass tile, alright. Which is a heart container. So yeah, Boozer's lacking our final item on the west, which is right next to that bridge tile, but I'm worried about Ellendar in that cave to the east because he just didn't see it. Ah, chat says it's a hard glove lock on the item in 3. Thank you. I was not paying enough attention to figure that out. Oh, Boggoose Woods. That would have been nice forever ago.
So Boulder Block Cave looking like it's going to be Jump Cave today on the south side, because that's the front of the back of Jump is right. Ellendar is about to walk into it.
Yeah, this one. Because I'm pretty sure that the hard boots lock cave by the bridge tile in the northwest corner, I'm pretty sure doesn't have a pair up. Ellendar's also gonna head in 3 now. Tutor looking to head back towards the east, I think? Or heading kind of vaguely in that direction.
It's also possible that they saw the raft tile and now they're thinking maybe the raft is in here as well. But even if it is, it'll be glove blocked.
So yeah, Ellendar does with this rebuild. We know that attack 3 is not very effective. And yeah, this is the path to the east, which just Ellendar didn't quite see it because it's a little sneaky. This is a little... Oh, not sure what map variety this is yet. Runa here has spell in it. Good. And there's a P-back cave.
Yeah, Ellendar, remembering he's got life this time around. The first fight, he took 3 hits, died, and brought up his menu right as he was dying, and it was too late to cast life.
Heart container for Tutor.
Gonna get the kill just as fast as Tutor did, though.
Yeah. Had a little trouble getting the jackhammer going. Once he did, it wasn't too bad. And that's gonna be Gem 1 for him.
So you said heart for Tutor there? Yeah, okay.
We've got a lot of water on this east. I'm concerned this might be an island's east, but it's not certain yet, as we see P5 is a rather light pink today.
Well, Ellendar stepping out of 3 is not going to get the read on the glove block, so to him, if he goes back in there looking for an item later without the glove, he's going to be stopped.
Yeah.
And he's into DM now.
Which is a river canyon. West to east river canyon in this case.
Now, we could have another connector cave in here. It's possible, but I don't know, right? We have a very easy connector cave currently to the east already, so unless this leads somewhere fancy like maybe to the maze, and maybe gets the boots off the maze then, and that would be good for him. But man, this is we know this is kind of a gamble from our perspective, but he doesn't. He thinks that this might be the only way.
Yeah, Speck Rock visible, but on the other side of a mountain for him, and who knows how we're getting there. Magic Key is in the Trophy Cave, which is right next to Star, but it's kind of in a little bit of an awkward spot next to a really weirdly shaped lake, which is why Tutor hasn't gotten it. Ellendar, this is likely to dead end you, but he's making sure.
I think this takes him to a land bridge.
Oh, it might actually, yeah. Never mind, I forgot there's a bridge there. Brain fart. You must send a child. Great, thanks.
It is good information though. If you're gonna like gamble on 5 as the glove, at least you won't gamble on it for the glove now.
Yeah.
But yeah, if we need that spell again, it's gonna be could be rough.
I just missed the spell Nukasuto there.
Oh! Cave to the maze!
Oh, Cave to the maze here in the kind of south medicine there, and Nukasuto behind 5 jars, but that's a cave to the... That's a big find for Ellendar. That might be our only way there.
Yeah, he's coming back here to try to get to the rock first.
Yeah, which we know is on the northern side, kind of straight north of his current position. Or more or less north. He's hoping he can find a cave to that side of the map. Thunderfall Tutor. This should get him there for Ellendar.
Okay.
Yep. And was this worth it here for Ellendar? Oh yes, that's worth it. That's a glove.
Wow. Key and glove for Ellendar. Yeah, he can. He's in a real good position right now to simply get a win. Right, that this is going to be a possibly, again, he's just in a winning spot right now, and yeah, he needs the win. So hopefully he's gonna be able to put this together quickly.
I just hope it's not P1 for him, because P4 for him, because it's a 1 in 2 chance now of that being there.
That's true.
Maze Island, and we know Reflect is not. He does not have Reflect. He is not getting Reflect for any time super fast. He is also going to see if he can't find a pair of boots. Well, that's the other item, 500-point P bag.
Yeah, that's a pretty wild check. Now, it's not a hard check to make, and if we do see a raft on the maze here, then we do know that the raft will also take us here, although the raft could take us east as well.
The raft could also be sitting in the whatever palace is here on Maze Island for the...
That's true. Yeah, that's true.
Raft is not on the southern side of the map, if it is here at all, so... A raft tile, that is. That is P4. Ouch.
I'm just trying to check the borders of this map here. Nothing in the northwest corner.
No, and encounter to literally nowhere, thanks. It doesn't look like this is an island's east, but we have... But we seem to be on a really enormous starting island, as this means I look at looks kind of terrible. We have a mini-boss, yep. Tutor Ellendar does want to get the boots so he can get back here quickly.
Yeah, and it doesn't look like the raft goes to... Okay.
That's the P bag in one.
And it doesn't...
yeah, no raft here.
And so that means if Tutor... So maybe best case scenario is that Tutor finds the raft early here, is able to check it and then verify, or at least maybe he'll see the other side of the raft tile on the east. And then that'll let him know that it goes nowhere and that he needs to be looking for another connector cave. I guess it could go to the other side of DM as well. We didn't get to look at that side on Ellendar's screen.
No, Ellendar didn't make it all the way to the eastern coast. The other thing, though, is this east is very watered. I suspect it's an island's east. It might also just be a, I think it's island's east, so Ellendar is also going to have a significant exploration advantage with early boots once he gets there, which is the issue. He's going to check the eastern coast here, which is definitely no raft tile in sight here, so that's not it.
Yeah, interesting.
But Ellendar doesn't know that his connector key to the east is sitting back on the west, unfortunately.
Yeah, he might...
We know it is, but it's tucked in a kind of an awkward little corner that he just missed.
Yeah, that's very true. Maybe he'll go back into... Well, he might go back into 3 now and look for an item, thinking maybe Raft is going to take him east. And maybe the Raft is in there, and maybe it does... I guess it has to go east at this point, so maybe that's the best case scenario for him.
Yeah, he did decide to leave 4 behind, which is fine, I suppose.
Oh, that's true, right? You said that earlier, that 4 could just have the Raft in it.
Yeah. Yeah, Tutor is fine for now, but the moment he has the glove block, he's going to lose some time, and... there was a boatload of stuff on this starting island for Tutor. It's enormous. It's got the Runia, Nukasuto, and both not Valley of Death palaces, as here's Hammer Key for Ellendar. Morse had a bit of a... The Boss Force Head, not Mini Boss Force Head. Boss Force Head being a bit of a dig here in P1, but Tutor does find it eventually.
That's going to get him attack 5.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's in good shape here for attack. Even life 4 isn't too bad here. Ooh, red Dire is blocking the way for Ellendar here. Attack 3 probably... We can't cast life. He gets it.
He gets a magic level, so you'll be able to cast life now. Attack 5 for Tutor, and he's out.
Yeah, I think best case scenario for both of them is that Raft is here and it goes east for Ellendar, either in Hammer Cave or P3, or that Tutor sees the Raft on the east and then knows that he's looking for a cave to the maze then at that point.
Yeah. Because Tutor is now heading into 5. Mattia, yes, life spell refills 4 bars of health. Which is as max as it rolls. Cross and Hammer Cave ain't it, but at least it's out of here for Ellendar.
I'm sorry, how much does life refill in the seed?
4 bars.
Oh, okay. It can go up to 5. It's 1 to 5.
Oh, can it? Actually, I did not realize. It might be 5 then. I thought it was 4 for whatever reason. I know it's at least 4.
Yeah, I haven't caught it myself.
I know that there was a point where one of the runners had 4 heart containers, was on like half a bar of health, casting got a full health refill, so... It is 5 heart life. Thank you, BT. We're gonna see 2 now for Ellendar.
Yeah, I mean, you can do this one at any time. Again, you could just save it till right before GP because you know it doesn't have an item in there that you need. It could be that Ellendar has forgotten the candles in here. I'm pretty sure we've both got the hint.
Not sure myself.
Yeah, if he didn't, it makes sense that he would come in here looking for an item for something, but it doesn't hurt either way unless he does... unless the item is like really buried. If the boss is early and the item's really buried, he's going to spend some time in here just getting the candle out of here.
Yeah. Here's Goma for Tutor. That didn't look terrible to get to.
Yeah, no shield. This is probably going to be a 2-shot.
Yeah, probably at life 4 and 6 bars of health. Yeah, attack has been not stellar. This attack... Guma might have started with some extra health to it also, but certainly this is taking a bit to knock him down.
I was going to say, not that I want Tutor to get hit, but I would really like to see how much this is. It looks like almost 3.5 bars of health to get hit there.
So yeah, that's a 2-shot then.
I think it's 2 to 3 hits here to take off a bar. Kind of trying to watch both runners here. All right, he gets it. And he's going to get attack 6. Okay.
Alright. Tutor we know tends to favor power leveling, and we saw that a lot last race, so this seed kind of forced you to do not power leveling,
yeah.
but is seeming to going back to that bit now. Tutor is out of 5 now. It's gonna go take a wander around this island a bit more.
About to be the candle for Ellendar here.
Yep.
Yeah, so we're not going to look for the child in 5. Okay.
Not wanting the spell, even though Nukusuto is right next door to Darunia, basically.
It could be kind of the situation I just talked about a moment ago with Ellendar in 2, is that if the boss is so close to start, you're kind of inclined to just not dig the item out at that point, especially 5.
Yeah. Okay, this is definitely an island's east for how much water there is, but this island's also just humongous for the starting island. There's just everything on it. And there's a river double. Okay. Teabag there on the desert tile, and there's a... And we do have the flute to continue forward Tutor without boots.
Tutor doing the toot.
And he's heading straight into the Valley of Death here, as this is a glove or fairy block for Ellendar in 2. Chat about the Tutor earlier with Tutor.
Well, right into Death Valley here, and what we know is going to be 6.
Yep.
I guess what they both know is going to be 6 at this point.
I was going to say they both saw Heavy in Revo, so they know that. 6. That is both palaces. That is all palaces on East accessible with boots, though one is flute locked.
Same room for Tutor here that Ellendar just passed through with the glove. Showing us how to get through with Fairy.
Yeah, just... Well, Fairy through the gap. We do, however, still need to... For Tutor, it is possible you can clear the East without boots, especially because so much was down that starting island. But the problem for him is going to be where Reflect is. Fire and Reflect are the 2 missing spells. One's in Brew and the other's in Old Casuto. With an island's east, I don't honestly have any idea where our starting island is relative to anything else on the map, and who knows where either of those towns are. Plus, who knows where the glove's at, because we've got quite a few item allocations outstanding still.
Well, we do know where the glove is at.
Oh, never mind, we do, never mind. Brain part then. Looking at one, thinking about the other. There's a town north of P6 who looks like it might be waterlocked. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. Helmet Head kinda deep for Ellendar.
Glove block here for Tutor.
Let's turn around. But from our perspective, I think we know Ellendar is in item go mode as soon as he finds that east. He doesn't need the raft, he doesn't need the spell items, he just needs to find the east. Tutor, on the other hand, is short boots, a glove, and knowledge of how to get to Maze Island.
Yeah, I mean, we're just clearing out palaces now that we have to do on both of our runners regardless, so Ellendar's not really losing time at the moment, but once he's done technically with the palace with the gem placements. I don't know if he's going to go dig 3 for the item. He may, and if he does, we'll see what it is, but if he doesn't, and he's looking around if he goes back to the DM and look for that cave, we know he's not going to find it there.
No. He's heading to 3 now, which we don't know what the item in there is. Tutor didn't find it. Ellendar is going to head further. He's going to go check that item. He's either heading into DM or checking the item box cave by the bridge, I think, here.
Oh yeah, this cave. That's right. It's accessible now.
If this is the raft, that would actually be good for him.
Life is 25 to cast at Magic 5, and it refills the 5 bars. That is worth right there.
That is.
I don't know what... Oh, it is!
Oh, that's a really good find for Ellendar. He does not have to worry about the finding that sneaky connector cave then.
But this is bad news for Tutor, because Tutor's going to have to go into DM to find that cave, to get to the maze, to get to the boots. To at least get to the maze to just complete the seed, and I guess, yeah.
Oh, and the raft dumps you right next to both of the other towns.
Wow.
Okay, game. And this is just north of Tutor's present position. Reflect and Nibiru, Old Casuto's right next door with fire. Okay. This is going to be... Ellendar now knows he's in go mode, just needs to go walk around the east, find his palaces, beat them, and get going.
Yeah, well, from his perspective, it could be still Darunia Thunder, but we know that it's not. So yeah, he is essentially in go
I
mode.
mean, Ellendar knows that wherever the child is, even if it's required, he's physically capable of getting there with his inventory, so it's not a concern. Yeah, unfortunately, Ellendar behind on finding the East, but because he couldn't find the East, found everything else you need to beat the seed instead, apparently.
Yeah, absolutely bailed out on that one.
That is a harder raft. That is a harder raft or a boots locked. Oh no, that's just a hard boots locked Thunder hero. There is no connector cave to these two towns. You have to have boots because the raft was boots locked. Great. Yeah, go ahead.
So Tudor saw both sides of the glove block room, so it's possible that glove block, assuming it's the same room, it's very likely to be the same room, and so that looks like that glove block is not going to be in play here in the 6. He's just got to find the way to the dragon at this point.
Yep. Ellendar is unfortunately going east from the raft tile. We know everything he needs is straight south of the raft tile, but with boots it won't be a huge time loss. He's just gonna wander around. This is probably the P-back caves there, which he doesn't need, and that might be the other of the P-back caves. Also doesn't need it, he doesn't care. Fire looks like spell, thank you, chat. Yeah. Okay, Ellendar has found the enormous island with everything on it. He is good.
Yeah, and we know Guma's not that far in here.
No, it was like... I don't remember how Tudor navigated this, but I just know that Ellendar, he didn't spend much time in here.
I will say that Ellendar is dressed appropriately for this palace.
Very much so, because this is a rather pink P5.
I think this is the same way Tudor went, not sure. We did see that glove block up and left, but obviously Tudor couldn't have gone through there the first time, so...
Yeah, for Guma, not going to be fun, but it's doable if slow.
He gets 3 casts of life at 25. That's 5 bars. That Guma is going to be pretty. I think we're okay.
I think so.
I guess it would be about a 4-shot though. Well, could be no. I don't know what life 6 is. Life 6 could be better than a lot better than this life 4 that Tudor's got.
Yeah, Tudor next central there. Here's Guma for Ellendar, so had a couple options. You just had to find the right one as Tudor finds Barba.
Yeah, so there it is. The no glove block dragon. We were safe on Tudor's side. I mean, there doesn't have to be a single glove block on our way to the bosses in any of the palaces, and so far there hasn't been. So Tudor's been getting away with that, but ultimately it will come down to very likely needing the glove here.
GP is almost always glove blocked in these, since we have T-Bird required. It rarely rolls with that.
Yeah.
Like there's the game's going to stick a waffle room in there somewhere. That requires that you have to go through. Basically, is usually how it ends up. You just got 5 extra life. I'm like, jeez. Just picked up a ton out of these full enemy drop pool, I guess, because we saw a lot of them.
All right, well, we know P1 is next door, P1 is next door, and P6 is in Death Valley.
Which Ellendar has already seen. It's near the raft tile.
Yeah.
He's just gonna go, well, find out this is spell, and he's not even... I would get upstab Ellendar.
Ellendar almost seemingly soft locked there. I don't know if he got out of the spell book before the level up came. I mean, not out of the spell, but out of the town name before the level up came. He might have. I don't know. I would have to hear the audio there. We do know that there's a soft lock at a minimum in old Cstuto, where if the level up comes and when you're talking to the sign, it soft locks the game. So.
Yeah, I don't know.
We've not had the opportunity to test it in other towns, but it's assumed that it happens anytime you're talking to a town sign.
It's one of those things where you'd assume the interaction's the same regardless of the town, yeah?
Yeah.
Tutor is now in where are my boots mode, because I think he's also checking to make sure that he doesn't have like. I'm not sure if both towns are visible from where he was, like by the Valley of Death. But I don't think there's a way. But we know that him continuing on this island's east, you can, without boots, you can access this one enormous island with 2 towns, 2 palaces, and a desert tile. You can access the Valley of Death, and that's about it in terms of meaningful stuff.
I don't know how much Thunder is to cast. It could be that it's going to be too expensive even for Ellendar at this stage.
Not sure. Aaron, there is no way around to the boots requirement this seed. We did see the 2 remaining towns in the east, one of which has Thunder in it. They are both north of the Valley of Death, as Tutor gets... Yeah, that's a hard boots lock there. Tutor has seen at least one, possibly both. I wasn't sure how much of it appeared on the screen. They're pretty close together, but both remaining towns in the east are just north of the Valley of Death, right next to the raft tile. And all 3 are hard boots locked. There is a mountain between that and how Tutor got to the Valley of Death. The raft itself is hard boots locked on the west.
Yeah, that's interesting the way all that kind of played out there. Again, boots being required in the seed. Both seeds having required boots.
Yep. We also know from Ellendar's side, Ellendar unfortunately missed a connector cave to the east from the western continent early, which is how Tutor got to the east. And that we were thinking that might have been a problem for Ellendar, but Raft saved him, and because he didn't know where the east was, he went into DM. You are forced to clear a River Canyon DM without boots in order to get from the western end to the eastern end, to go to Maze Island, to get your boots, and to find P4 there. Actually, that is a hard record double dip of Maze Island, by the way, because Reflect is the reason why we need boots in the first place. Thunder and Fury road accessible, but P4 is in the maze, and as are the boots, and Reflect is hard boots locked.
Yeah, thankfully the boots give us a little bit of a shortcut back there, though.
They do. The River Canyon DM is going to be a much quicker trip back for Ellendar once he finishes up 1 and 6, presumably, here. 1 was a bit of a slog. I think Tutor saw most of this place before finding that boss horse head.
Yeah, we saw item guard horse head first. Well, Tutor showing us the 3 screens of Saria, as we were talking about much earlier on, that anytime they up an A, they're going to have to walk that every single time if they don't have the boots. Tutor is missing 2 caves, though, right? He saw the hard boots blocked cave. Now he's looking around for that other cave that we know is accessible right there next to start. Yeah.
And unfortunately, he's on the wrong side of this. He's in the wrong quadrant for it.
He must have been like 1 or 2 tiles away from when we walked into Rauru there.
It was very close, but it just looks kind of like it's next to this really odd little lake, and he just assumes there's nothing there, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, I'll be honest, the first time I saw it, too, he showed it to us first, and I thought there was nothing there either until Ellendar walked a little bit further east, and lo and behold, there's a rock formation with a cave in it.
Yeah, I was surprised, too. It's like, oh, there's actually something just hiding here. Thanks, game. We know P2 took a little while for Ellendar, but this is really just palace clear at the moment for both runners. Mattia Glove isn't always required, it's just mostly required most seeds, especially in these flags where you're required to beat all 6 palaces and then T-Bird, Thunderbird before Darklink. It is usually one of the 6 rules glove blocked. None of them have been so far that I don't think, although we haven't seen P4 yet. And then Great Palace, especially if you need to beat T-Bird, you have to do extra rooms, and there's at least one glove lock room before T-Bird, or between T-Bird and Darklink in most games. It's very, very rare for it to not happen.
Yeah, so Tutor in 2 and Ellendar still in 1. Ellendar did see the item room and just simply backed out of it. He's gone the other way, and here's our horse head.
Yep. Should be pretty quick. Attack 5 should not be a problem. It's gonna be taking a few hits, but that's not a problem either. And that'll be jump number 4 for Ellendar. Ellendar did get his wish of no Hundo, please, at least.
Yeah, I'll probably back out of here, go into Death Valley, do 6, and then just come back to the west and make his way to Maze again and finish the game. Well, do 4 first and then finish the game, but yeah.
Well, that's what the Maze is for. I believe the candle was required, the path of the candle was required to get to Helmet Head, so but I'm not sure for Tutor.
Yeah, I think so.
Ellendar is stopping by Water Tower, probably hoping for a magic jar, and is going to probably do the same with Desert Tower while you're here. And gets a heart container and a 200 point payback for his troubles.
Yeah, both of them just with 1 extra magic container. I'm guessing there's 1 in 4, possibly 1 in 6.
Yeah, where are you going, Ellendar? He just skipped out on the Valley of Death?
I guess Spell Tower could have 1 as well. And that would be all 8. Yeah, we're skipping out on Valley of Death right now. Weird.
He's going to Maze Island, but I don't know that walking over to Maze Island, even with boots, and then walking all the way back is better than just clearing P6 while you're there. It's not that long a valley, but... Okay. Not sure about this routing. It's fine. He's got a pretty substantial lead on Tutor. I'm just a little confused.
Yeah, it's you could probably measure it. I think it's kind of close. I can kind of see this being Valley of Death going into it for 3. Well, you know what? We know there's no encounters into Valley of Death, so yeah, he doesn't know that. So we know it's a completely free walk-in from just 1 cave. So if you're expecting 3 spike tiles on the way in, 3 spike tiles on the way out, yeah, I don't know.
Probably close from that perspective, yeah, I guess. Hey, ZSR, rating with the party of 35. Welcome in for our other Z2R raiders. Please don't spoil the race that just ended. We've been watching this doubleheader for the past couple hours. This one's been a bit of a stinker, as apparently that's a really, really fast Karok. Okay. That was like 3 rooms in. Welcome in, we've got a seed where Tutor has to go loop all the way around the west from the southwest corner to the northwest corner, the really, really long way, to go to a River Canyon DM without boots. He needs to go past through that to get to Maze Island, which has his boots in P4. He also used to go probably get his glove out of, I think it was Spec Rock in that River Canyon DM. Then go back to the east, to go get Reflect from a boots locked town, hard boots lock verified from Ellendar's side to hit go mode. This was also a seed where they were forced to grind for, well, 11 minutes for Tutor, 15 for Ellendar to get Magic 4 to cast Fairy to go anywhere because going through Saria was hard required this seed.
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun to watch.
Game 1 is also quite the slog.
Yeah, so from Tutor's perspective now, it's like, what else does he have remaining, right? He's got to go into DM. Maybe he's seeing as he's determined that there's no way that he's going any further on the east. He knows Reflect is over there, and so without any way off the east, he's going to have to go into DM. I think he's just simply, last location, so to speak, the way to the maze at this point. And so while Ellendar kind of lucked out of that with a lack of information, Tutor's going to be forced into it with no other information left to operate on.
Yeah, so, because once they managed to get past the hard fairy block behind Magic 4 at the start of this seed, Tutor found a sneaky little cave that's kind of tucked away in an awkward little corner of the west, which took him to the east, and he went down a huge rabbit hole. Ellendar missed that cave. He got bailed out by a raft, which is hard boots locked, unfortunately, because it leads to the town tutor needs for reflect. But Ellendar got bailed out by a raft to the east, so you didn't have to go find that cave on the west. Because raft is in that cave just south of the bridge tile there for tutor.
Yep, and here he is. He's in DM, so good for him. It's going to be a little too late unless GP is absolute nightmare for Ellendar.
Yeah.
Because he's got to make his way to the maze, get himself to the boots, which are not right next to the start, and then go all the way back to the east and go get the reflect spell, come all the way back to the maze, and do P4, which isn't that long as Ellendar has shown us, but by that time Ellendar is very likely to be done with 6, I would imagine.
Yeah. Let's see. Ellendar might take a little longer in 6 though, because he's got the glove to go through this glove block, which might send him down a minor rabbit hole.
See, I was just about to say this could be a shortcut for him because Tutor saw the right side of this room before backing up.
Also true, right? Yes.
Yeah, but I think he's going to have to take a left at some point because Tutor, I think, was out of options, so he started taking lefts, and yeah, so it might not be as quick as it could be, but yeah, this is a minor shortcut if Ellendar kind of gambles on it.
Yeah. Do note as well that Tutor at some point probably needs to go back to the spec rock that is just north of his current position to go get his glove.
Yeah.
It's a pretty quick item check once you do pick up those moves. He just needs to do it, but we don't know which point of the seat he'll be at by the time he finally gets there. It will also be rather late at that point as he finds Hammer Cave, which I believe was a key bag.
I think it was the cross.
Oh yeah, cross. I was mixing up. Can't remember my notes.
There was a P-bag in the last game.
This is fair. This is not me mixing up seeds. I misread my own notes because I do keep notes on item locations and read the wrong line. Whoops.
Yeah, so it does look like Ellendar is going to spend a little bit of time in here. There was one of the other directions he was supposed to take.
Mm-hmm.
Although I think he's going to loop right back around here in this first section. Yeah, okay, so it's going to set him up. I think he's got a right and a left remaining up here.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's not to the right. It is going to be to the left here. Yeah, so we knew this was a cross because Ellendar dug this as well. So Tutor not going to make up any time by being able to skip Hammer Cave. And again, he needs the glove. So as far as he knows, this is on his list of things to do.
Yeah. We actually have yet to see a hard glove block, but GP's GP. And you're not going to gamble on glove not being available when you just got him right here, and he does. Yeah.
Okay, so Ellendar getting the information. There's the loop. At this point, he's gonna. Okay, he can't take that left. That's back to start. So he's only got one other left to take, and that's gonna eventually lead him to the dragon.
Yeah. Tutor technically did opt to skip out on the option if he could have. So I don't know if the item in 5 was glove block. We know it's a child which leads to spell, which I don't know. Tutor might have could have chosen potentially to go check that, but not doing so is saving him time.
Yeah, for all he knows, that could have been raft or glove, but yeah, that's well again, assuming it isn't glove block.
In Maze Island, yeah. I think if he hadn't gone to boots, then he might have gone there, but as it were, yeah, here he is.
Okay, so this is actually the drop. He did walk a very nice way on the maze here to get these boots.
And there we are, 102 boots for Tutor. Probably not dissimilar to the time he got boots.
No kidding. No kidding. Yeah, I mean, that was about the same, wasn't it? We were taking... Yeah. It was about 102, 103. Yeah.
Yeah, we were talking about you being about 15 minutes off your original joking guess on those boots.
Yeah, so we're on the right way to Barba for Ellendar. I don't know if there's any other junctions remaining. We've seen a handful of rooms in this P6, so it's possible that the next junction just has the dragon on it. We know it's an outdoor Barba today.
Yeah, I think Ellendar's seen a pretty good chunk of this 6, so there's not much left.
Yeah, he's also looking for the second item here, which again makes sense because he needs this glove.
Yeah, we know it's a P bag of some variety or another.
You could also gamble on 4 being the glove as well, but I don't know. That's a pretty big gamble because it doesn't seem like it's necessary to make the gamble right now. You got to come back with reflect anyway.
Mm-hmm. You could make the choice to just dip in 4, just to see if he can figure out what Karok is, but he's not going to do that. Well, if he had, he would know that, oh, Karok's immediate, I can go get reflect and then go see about, coming back in, because I know Karok is not glove locked, because Karok is like 3 rooms into 4 or something equally silly. But that's him out of here. Having picked up seen that P bag, he's gonna go back to the west, go through actually can skip Saria now, yay. And is off to go walking.
Yeah, there's a bit of a shortcut up here if he wants to take Parappa Cave. I think he's gonna walk it around kind of the long way here though. And this is attack 5 Barba for Ellendar. I don't remember if we were at attack 5 or attack 6 on Tutor's side. I think it might have been attack 6.
I don't remember. Hey VXR, yeah, these 2 seeds for this doubleheader have been special. Runners are probably a little grumpy with Rando today, but we've had fun at least. Rando definitely showing off some of the things it can give you.
Okay, so Tutor not going to check that boots blocked cave, which is good for his glove hunt, but yeah, he's off into Sunken right now, which was boots blocked, and this is probably a magic container. I forgot this was out there.
We didn't see either item cave in the west and east. Sorry, and it is the magic jar. We also know the medicine. Oh no, we have the medicine. Heartbeat. Miscount something rather. Yeah. Nothing much he wants in any case in these caves.
And we're into GP at about 65-28, barrier up.
Yeah, shift. Both seeds hard required boots. The game 1 and game 2, and Tutor did not get them sub-hour in either of them. Ellendar had the boots for a while, as here's a glove block immediately in GP. There was a left, so this might not be hard required boots, but and boots are in DM on Spec Rock, which Tutor has seen. He just hasn't had other things to do besides that when he saw it.
Small correction. You said boots twice there. It meant
glove. Sorry.
Yeah.
Rain quit. Boots have been the major point of talk of contention this seed, so that's what I was thinking about.
Yeah, so Tutor's going to get his reflect spell here. He's still missing the glove, right? Still missing that glove. What's on your mind? Thinking spell tower at this point. It's not the basement. It's we got the item out of 6, I think. Yeah, Tutor got it out of 6. I don't know what it was though.
Our container, according to my notes.
Yeah. Yeah. So from his perspective, Spec Rock or P4, I guess, is all we have. Or water tile. Yeah. He hasn't checked water yet, which is going to be another heart though.
Yeah, I mean it's a pretty quick check. He can just get there with his boots, but yeah, it's just a heart that he doesn't need at this point. Oh, chickens for. Lots of chickens for Ellendar.
Yeah, this GP seemingly not necessarily just route right. We've seen 2 lefts, and then we've got this up and down elevator here.
Yep. Go down first, which the waffle room of some variety.
And I guess Tutor's not only missing the boots blocked cave, he's missing the other cave that's right next to Raru. So he's missing 2 item caves. He might be thinking, man, the glove was just there the whole time.
He might be assuming it's one of the 2 caves in the west that he's missed, because the Any key was in the first, like, 5 minutes for Ellendar during their grind for fairy start. And Tutor just unfortunately missed, and then yeah. I'm a little surprised didn't check the Bootslot cave by the bridge, but
Wow, so we've got, have we looped around or is this a 4-way? This is a 4-way. We've been going right the whole time. We've got 3 lefts. This is the...
That was a loop,
okay, yeah, you're right.
That left was looped around somewhere around.
I totally missed that 4-way next to the fairy room.
Yeah, okay, spicy chicken in the waffle in the emoji room here. Let's clear it.
Tutor walking through this 3-screen jump cave here. Maybe he thinks that this is blocking something. He did see the front of it. They both checked this cave at almost the same time, much earlier on. They saw the front of it, so...
Yeah. Absolutely not necessary, just double checking, I guess. Because Tutor has to be wondering, where's my glove at? It's not guaranteed GP is glove locked. I've seen a couple glove locks already, and yeah. There's also a lot of options in this GP, so I don't know I have no idea where T-Bird is. Tutor's gonna be a little grumpy about the raft probably here.
Yeah, this is, we've got the right here at this 4-way. We've looped back around again. We've got the right at the 4-way, the left at start. And I guess this up and left here. I thought we took this last time. Maybe we took the right at the 4-way and I just missed where we went.
I've gotten a bit lost at this point.
Okay. Yeah, we've seen the right at the 4-way then because that's what looped around, because this is a dead-end room. That seemingly confuses a lot of people at this point. It's a very unique looking room with the curtains in it going left and with the pillars and everything. There's no other room that looks like that, so... Although, to be fair, I like the design of the room and I'd love to turn it into a pass-through at another time.
Yeah, and there's a glow for Tutor, so he's set. Well, Narraton, Tutor is officially in go mode. It's just a bit late. I'm very saying he's going to design his chicken those curtains. Well,
I support turning your
Ellendar's
kitchen
audio
into Great
is
Palace.
clean. I forgot to switch. Thank you for the reminder.
Well, I mean, if Tutor just god routes the GP, maybe Ellendar will lose this one here because we have yet to find Thunderbird. We're into what will be a very quick P4, and then with GP being on the west, it's simply just a walk from start, and we have looped around to, I think this is the start of the palace here.
That looks familiar.
No, okay.
Oh, not. Nope, okay. This big open room with absolutely nothing in it is definitely new.
Yeah, so
well, there's one bubble in it, yeah.
Left that start still stands. We got an elevator here in this fairy block, right to left. There's Karok. This is going to be really quick. If this is not Thunderbird. Oh, dead end.
Oh, that's a dead end.
Uh-oh. Is Ellendar... Well, he's got to go back, because he's going to go back to the elevator room, go down, and go right. He didn't check that right over there. Yeah, this could be Tutor to steal this one at the end of it all. I don't know. Ellendar's seen a lot of this GP.
It depends if Tutor takes that left.
And that would be funny, because in the previous C, Tutor went right. That was the answer. Ellendar went left, and it was not the answer. And now we might flip positions here.
Waffle room for Ellendar. Nothing at all in the first waffle. And chicken in between. Or a chicken night. A bit of Moen. Nothing too fancy here. Enemies have not been too garbage here today.
Oh.
And here's T-Bird.
Not
So
left at
never mind
start.
that.
Yeah, this one was not super straightforward, but not off the beaten path necessarily here. Got to take the death, though. We have an expensive Thundercast, it seems, still at Magic 6.
Someone in chat mentioned it was like 80 earlier.
Okay.
might have been, or maybe 60 or something. I think I might have said it was 60, but 60 is still 4 bars close to it, and I think he had like 3.5 maybe.
Yeah, it looks like it's 62. Yeah, unless we get a game over from Ellendar here in this side. I mean, Tutor could God route this, and we could have a game over after this point for Ellendar. So this still could flip around. We have to see what's behind Thunderbird.
Yeah.
Oof. 2-shot.
Yep.
Oh, boy. I guess we could have a game over on Thunderbird as well. He's not dead yet. Oh,
there we
boy.
go.
Tutor going right out of start as well, so.
That's good for him. Oh, the one up from the drop from the box is good for Ellendar.
That is a relief. I forgot
Wasn't
about
much
those
of
as
any
well.
good in the other palaces, but that's a big help for this.
It's a drop room. Okay. I mean, you're forced to take it, so.
This is the only option, yeah.
Okay, we got a right and a left.
Right, sends us into this fun room. And there we go.
Okay. Wow, we're gonna see a game 3, folks. I'm excited. I am team game 3. Unless I'm the one in the get best of 3, then I'm a team sweep my opponent.
Yeah, it's always neat to see game 3s. Ellendar has the life to spare. He should be okay. He's actually got 2 left. Okay, he's fine.
Yeah, and this, of course, was a back-to-back doubleheader, but they're not going to be doing Game 3 here tonight. It'll be scheduled TBD. Currently, I don't think there's any talk of when the third race is going to be just yet, but, of course, keep an eye on the schedule or check out the Discord.
Yeah, Ellendar mentioned if they had, I think last night, just during conversation, not on stream, I think, just like, well, during one of yesterday's restreams, that it would probably be next week since issues.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Animus and Para also doing a best of 3, and I think they said tentative on Saturday if they went to 3. But regardless, GG's to Ellendar here.
115-20, GG.
Wow.
And even if they had scheduled a game 3, they might not have wanted to do one after these 2 seeds have been a full adventure and a half. Let's see. GG's though to Ellendar. White Mage is indeed the Zelda sprite. It is, as we mentioned earlier in chat, and we'll see if he wants to interview on this pair of seeds.
Yeah, he had better. We've got a lot to talk about.
Seeds. Tyr does tend to like to finish out seeds, so we'll see how long he spends here in GP. Ellendar will be joining us in a minute. And there's Ellendar. GG's.
Hey, GG's.
What a setup! What a pair of seeds here today.
I blame me. This is my fault.
So what do you want to do? You want to talk about race 1 first? Or you want to talk about race 2 first because it's fresh?
Race 2 is fresh around. Let me talk about race 2. So, so that grind, I think that was the optimal encounter to grind in. I might be wrong. But it was bad. It was real bad.
The Moblins? Yeah.
You were both in the same encounter, so we don't know if there was anything really much better.
I think I looked at the small and large encounter on every terrain, and that looked like it was either that or farm the 2 bits at the start of P-Bag Cave.
Which you did try for a little bit, but decided to switch to the Moblins. Yeah.
Yeah.
I wanted to decide. Yeah,
I did the bits for a bit because I wanted to see what was in the pool. Right, like if I killed a couple dozen of them and found 500 P-Bags were hanging out in the pool, that was the spot. but
Yeah.
it ended up just being mostly keys with some 100 bags, and that was it.
Yeah, and the 100 bags seemed a little rare. Speaking of those 500 point P bags, I saw later that they were in the large enemy drop pool, which the moblins are not part of, apparently. That would have been nice to have.
I think the only large enemies were in the bottom strip of desert.
Yeah, the Daira.
That would have been a tough encounter to farm.
Yeah, because that would have been slow. You guys are, I think you took life 3 early, whereas Tutor held off on that, so he got out of the fairy block a little earlier just because he didn't spend a couple hundred XP or whatever it was on life 3. But the real deciding factor on this race is you never saw the last connector cave, Continental.
Yeah, I assume it was on Death Mountain.
Nope, it was in the west.
Oh, I just okay.
It's kind of
did it just go to the east. I did nothing in the east.
It's kind of tucked away in an awkward little corner next to, kind of in the southeast.
Okay. Well, that would have sucked.
You kind of had to go north a little bit by GP east and then back down south a little bit. It's like right on the edge of the map. It's in a kind of stupid little spot.
If Raft wasn't in the cave that I got it from, I was going back to Death Mountain, so that would have sucked.
At least you would have had boots to make it faster. Tutor. So the connector cave dumped you on that enormous western island that had like 2 palaces, Old Kasuto, New Kasuto, and like the desert and water tiles like that, because it had like half the east on it basically.
Yeah, but not going to Death Mountain would have been bad.
Yeah, because that's the thing. Tutor had a lot to do on the east because that enormous island had almost everything, and also sent you up the Valley of Death. He could see where Darunia and Naburu were up by that raft tile, but he knew those were boots blocked. He just couldn't get there, so he could see it.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was the thing. Because you didn't have the cave to the east, you went to DM instead, and that is what gave you the race. Tutor did that a lot later.
Yeah, I mean, basically between DM and the maze, that was just all the items. That was the whole thing.
Yeah, like you were in a pretty good spot there for sure.
Yeah, with this, which as much as you both did the same thing in the first race, if you had found the connector to the east off the cave like Tutor did, I would imagine that you would have both been doing the exact same thing here and doing DM last after clearing out the east there. So that would have been 2 back-to-back, both of you doing exactly the same type of stuff, seeds.
Yeah. Speaking of game 1, yeah, you guys were very much routing very similarly in game 1.
Which is a little weird because my routing was kind of weird in places.
You did a lot of back and forth.
Divergence. Yeah, there was some back and forth. You guys, I think, did the west in slightly different orders. I think one of you went north from start and the other south from start. But you ended up converging a fair bit eventually in game 1, and you both last location the boots really is the big thing.
Yeah, I mean,
if one of you had gotten those boots out of 6 early, that would have made such a big difference.
When I didn't get the item out of 6, I had gotten the boss with like 2/3 of the palace left.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't want to do it, and if Spell Tower would have been it, man, like that would have been that was insane. If Spell Tower would have been the boots, then it would have been a required River Devil and like a really roundabout sequence of events you had to do. It would have been really cool. And instead, it just came down to a left versus right, apparently. And GG.
That was all it was, yeah. And GG's here to the Tutor, who's finished out with C2 with a 121.41.
Yeah, race 1's GP, had you both gone right, would have just literally come down to combat and room execution. It was that close.
You were seconds apart going in there. It was very, very tight. Tutor actually got the flute earlier than you did in game 1. He went to the other side of Sari to check that hammer block cave, I think is where that was, early. So he had the spell early, but he didn't have. He was doing power leveling strats that race, so he just didn't have the magic levels to cast spell for ages.
I
So
thought
spell tower was something he checked after he got the boots, because just looking for the glove at that point.
Yeah, what I thought in that first race, there was a cave that was just like locked off on the river, and there was that rock block cave. And
Yeah.
I thought that rock block cave was where that south-facing pass-through was going to lead to. So I took that pass-through because I wanted to go back. I wanted to go back to the east, and I figured taking that pass-through to Saria would be a little faster than going like around the whole loop. And also I wanted to pick up shield. And when I went through that pass through and saw it just led like sideways to the other cave, I was like, oh no.
Too. We were surprised too that that's how those caves just ended up turning out, because I also thought the boots block cave was an item. It was pretty obvious that the hammer block cave right next to start was an item, and then we figured the other hammer block cave was back inside the pass-through, but nope. Nah. Game's funny. Tudor will be joining us for in a minute. Just waiting on him to join the call so I can tow him in. Yeah. I'm curious to see what his thoughts were on these two seeds. They were roller coaster and a half.
Yeah, life was nice. That was good.
Yeah, 5 bars of health there.
Oh, there was one thing that I did. I should have figured this out, but I didn't until too late. I didn't want to do DM, or I didn't want to do Death Valley at the end when I had 2 palaces left, because I didn't want to backtrack out of Valley of Death, and it was a really long walk from start to Maze Island. So I thought, I'll do Maze Island first. The walk back is probably about the same, if not a little shorter than the walk back out of Valley of Death. And then I'll do Valley of Death at the end so I can not pay out of it. But I should have realized from seeing the left and right side of that being so close together that there was no Valley of Death. It was just a cave of death. And it would have been much faster to do that first.
We were discussing that, because we weren't sure.
Yeah, the one thing that you found early on there was Trophy Cave on the race 2, which was Magic Key, and that was something that Tudor never ended up finding.
How?
Yep.
Because when he walked into Rauru, it was like 1 or 2 tiles off of his screen, and then out of Rauru, he went either straight north again or west from there.
I spent so much time farming, like I'm gonna make absolutely 100% sure that I haven't missed. If that cave were the boots, like that's just 15 minutes down the drain.
Well, yeah, you had the hint for boots and maze that time, though. So
okay, sure. Well, I didn't have the hint then. I don't think. Maybe I did. I don't
know.
GG's. It could have been like a magic container. It could have been anything.
Right. Yeah. Hey, Tudor. GG there.
Hi, GG's. Ellendar.
Hey, GG's.
An exhausting set of seeds. We weren't sure how both of you were going to feel going into the second race after that first race. Wow.
I have a very large cup of Dr. Pepper.
But it's funny, Tudor, we were just talking about with race 1, where you both did, obviously, it came down to last available locationing the boots in 6. You got to them first. Ellendar was not that far behind you. Then you gambled. You went to P3. He went to the water tile. Water tile was a heart. Then he zoomed over to P3 as well. And you were very close to each other. Then you went into P5. There was a 16-second separation into P5. I think it was 16-second separation. And going into GP was even less than that because you waited for the level and Ellendar burned the gem. And then you went right at the start, and that led to Thunderbird and Darklink. Ellendar went left at the start, and that obviously did not lead to Darklink. So that was what that first race came down to. I'm sure that one felt really bad from both of your perspectives as you just kind of bounced back and forth between any available location that you had on the long list of things to do. And man, it was great to watch, but I'm sure it was incredibly started to really build up in terms of just getting quite a bit nervous on that first race there.
Yeah.
But the second one, we were just talking, you never found Trophy Cave, Tudor, and Trophy Cave is just like 2-3 steps in view of Raru there, where you picked up the fairy spell early on. Trophy Cave is just east of there, and it had the magic key in it today. And Ellendar did find that, but it didn't seem like it was a huge ordeal because there were doors either weren't
So many
plentiful.
keys.
Yeah,
There
were
were
a lot
a
of keys.
bazillion
in the drop
keys in
pool.
that small drop pool because you guys both got stuck on that small enemy drop pool for those fairly uncommon 100-point P-Max for 10 to 15 minutes to start off C2.
Ugh. Yeah.
Yeah, you were out of that grind about 3 or 4 minutes, we think, before Ellendar did. You were into the one encounter for pretty much the whole time. Ellendar kind of bounced around to a few different encounters, spent a little bit of time on the bits or bots there at the beginning of Pillar P Bag Cave. And so that he spent a little bit of time kind of looking around for something better, where you just stuck to the one encounter, got out of there a little bit faster, but it was so early that, you know, at some point you were probably going to converge, or time would have been wasted at some point throughout playing the rest of the seed. But 15 minutes for Ellendar, 11 or 12 minutes for you, 15 minutes for Ellendar to get out of that Saria block. Man, that's a pretty rough start there. We haven't seen one of those in a long time. It's usually a Max Rando thing.
Well, the reason why I stuck to that drop is because one of I don't know what the names of these enemies are. The blue guy with the spear, that one was dropping a 50, and that was like the biggest thing that I found. I'm like, okay, yeah, let's just grind this because this is going to be much faster than trying to get like a 5 or a 2 or whatever numbers. And I only focused on magic because I knew that has to be the way out of this location. So like, there's no point to leveling up anything else really.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, that's the reason why I did what I did in the first 10 minutes.
Yeah, makes sense. Ellendar was like the reason why Ellendar was like 3.5, 4 minutes behind you getting out of that early fairy block in C2 was because Ellendar got life 3 before realizing that you had to do fairy. So that was couple 100 points maybe. I don't life 3 doesn't cost that much, but couple 100 points when you're that starved of experience is enough to cost you couple minutes.
Yeah. And that's why I focused only on magic, because I knew that was the only way out. So until magic reaches a certain level, we're not going to go anywhere, basically. So I did get life 2 because life 1 is really bad, but it's not that expensive to get life 2 anyways. So like that's why I did that's the reasoning why I did that. I don't know. The second one is I don't know. Like today's seeds were all about like, here's Maze Island and here's Boots. Go do that. Go find it first before everything else, and then you can do everything. Really?
Yeah, I think I've totally told this before you got here, Tutor, but the thing with game 2 is you found that connector cave to the east, which dumped you on that enormous island with almost everything immediately very quickly once you got past the fairy block. Ellendar never saw it. He took the raft tile instead. It was his access to the east. And because he didn't, because the raft was hard boots locked, that railroaded Ellendar into Maze Island basically for early boots, and that's what was the difference there.
By the time I got to east, I was in just full Hall Asco mode.
Yep.
I needed to get Thunder and do the palaces, and that was it.
Yeah, I feel like I lost the most time though in P2, because there was like in P2 there was a down and a right and a left early on, and the down part is a circular part that only gets you to Candle, and if I had not seen that before I found Helmet Head, that whole thing would have been skipped, because I just don't care about Candle.
Yeah, I ended up doing the whole thing too. So
yeah. But I know that's like, once I found out where Helmet Head was, I'm like, ugh, great. Like I could have just skipped 5 minutes of time, and that's probably most of the difference right there. Like
I felt like that about I think it was P5. One of the palaces, I think it was P5 in the first race. I like did a whole like giant thing. It did a bunch of stuff and just found nothing. And then I up-A'd and it was just one of the rights coming off the elevator, and I was like, oh no.
Yeah, that was P6.
Yeah, I went down the entire elevator first and saw so many lefts and rights. I'm like, great, I'm just gonna have to pick one branch here for Barba and possibly the item. And I don't know, and the rest of it's just gonna loop within each other. It's in itself. And these were not great seeds in general. Like, what was fire on the second seed?
It was spell.
A spell.
It was not great.
Because I saw it and I found out that was fire. I skipped it because I'm like, at this point, it's just not worth the time to get it.
I only picked it up because it was in Old Kazuto, so it was a quick pickup, and I'm like, maybe it's Thunder or something, and I can save a bunch of time, and it wasn't. It was garbage.
Well, I will say from the audience perspective, these were very good races. Especially that first one was very, very, very close. And so, appreciate. I don't know if we're allowed to say thank you because it was just all kind of randomly the way that it's played. But it was really great from the audience side to see that. And then early on, we were expecting, again, just coming back to what we talked about twice now, is that Tutor, you got that connected to the east, so you were operating on that information. Ellendar missing it had to operate on, assuming that it was Death Mountain, to something, and it was to the maze, but we were thinking, okay, how long is it going to take him to get to the other cave unless the raft is actually accessible off of the west? And sure enough, it was, although we still didn't exactly know where the raft was going to go until we saw a little bit more DM and the maze as well. We saw no raft tiles there, so we're thinking, okay, raft's got to go east, and there it is in the boots locked cave, and so that completely bailed him out on that second seed here. But yeah, it was all exciting, but I understand that we were saying that if you had both found the connected to the east and then ditched DM at first, that this would have looked side by side similar, just like the first one, where you guys would have probably last location glove and boots and Maze Island spot. So yeah, but again, lack of information helping Ellendar here. It's kind of like when you go into a palace without the glove and you get glove blocked out of the wrong directions, right? And then you're forced into the right direction. It's kind of like one of those, except in the overworld here today. But good races all around. I mean, the first race, you like to do the attack power leveling, and so that kind of caught up to you right at the end there of the first race. But in the second race, you were definitely able to capitalize on all of that experience. So that was nice. But both of you, GGs to both of you. I'm sure everyone's looking forward to a game 3 here.
Yeah, probably not until next week, just because scheduling. But
I'm sorry, did you say 9:45? You're ready to start? I mean, Star is down. I'm down. Let's go.
Yep, not quite. We'll figure something out. But yeah, it's probably going to be next week because I'm on vacation the week after, so we'll get it done. We're still. I think this was the first of the second round matches to go, so I'm just trying to get ahead of the game before I'm gone for a week.
Makes sense.
So okay, Tutor can just beat me in the next race. So I don't have to worry about it.
Honestly, I was surprised that I was able to get to 777 on this seed because I started with fairy so high. I thought it was going to be so expensive to never be able to get the attack that I would like. So
yeah.
I just ended up doing like 5, 6, 7, burned the last gem like normal XP routing.
I think Magic was really low on this seed, honestly, at 5. Like, I think that was the reason why. Because I think it was only like 900 or something like that, which is usually it's over 1,000.
Yeah, I think attack 4 was Magic 4 was 850 this second seed, yeah.
All right, well, I'm sure the runners are exhausted. I know I'm exhausted, and it's definitely time to go cook some dinner.
Yeah, definitely dinner time for me as well. But GG's to you both. So that was please take a bit of a break after those 2 seeds. I know I'm tired. Rye's tired. I'm sure you both are. And good luck in game 3.
GG's.
I think.
So please do give both our runners a follow, Ellendar and CS Tutor, as well as my co-Kamarai, who is also doing the clickety-clack for these 2 races. Great pair of races to watch. Thank you to everyone in chat for watching. Coming up on the CSR schedule, we've got ourselves at 11 p.m. Eastern in about an hour and 40 minutes. We've got a Zelda 200% All Keys tournament. Boss Spot Losers Bracket Round 1 match between Frisbee's Nation and Chosen. That'll be on CSR Main. We also have tomorrow, if anyone is up really early, or if someone from the EU actually wants to catch a not totally wacky o'clock race for them, although it's certainly the wacky o'clock race time for in North America, give ourselves a 5 a.m. race bright and early tomorrow morning. That is not a typo. Jake Cobra versus Nimbenbell will be playing their game 2 for this tournament. Bright and early, 5 a.m. Eastern tomorrow. If anyone's up at that time, it will be on ZSR Main here. Also have a couple more All Keys races, Just versus Trev and Eon versus Ugandis at 9 and 10 p.m. Eastern. And then the next Z2R match is going to be Thursday, Animus versus Paras Game 2, 7 p.m. Eastern. So we hope to see you all around. Thank you for watching all, and we'll see you next time.